When power, fame, and darkness collide, the truth becomes even more elusive. The courtroom drama surrounding Sean Diddy Combs has unraveled a tale so shocking it's hard to believe. The man who has dominated music, fashion, and pop culture for decades is now facing accusations that could destroy everything he's built. From violent abuse to chilling allegations of sex trafficking, the evidence being revealed is as disturbing as it is explosive. But what happens when a world-famous mogul is forced to confront the darkest secrets of his empire? In today's video, we'll take you through the shocking twists of this ongoing trial, where every detail could change the narrative of Diddy's legacy forever. What we're about to reveal isn't just about a celebrity scandal, it's a deep dive into a life lived behind closed doors, a reality that could bring even the most powerful to their knees. The courtroom tension surrounding Sean Diddy Combs has reached a fever pitch, as disturbing accounts of his behavior are being laid bare for the world to see. The man who has shaped the entertainment industry for over 2 decades now finds himself at the center of a harrowing legal battle that threatens to dismantle his carefully crafted public image. The allegations? Shocking, to say the least. From the moment the trial began, Diddy's body language has spoken volumes. Despite the gravity of the situation, he's been caught nodding, often at the most inappropriate moments, an unsettling display of arrogance or perhaps guilt. His demeanor in court has raised the eyebrows, particularly when his gestures seem to offer silent support to his family, or when they appear to disregard the severity of the testimony unfolding before him. But the defense? They continue to paint this as nothing more than courtroom theatrics. However, it's not just the small gestures that have captivated attention. The allegations against Diddy go far beyond mere flirtations or emotional immaturity. Testimony from Jane Doe, a key witness, paints a terrifying picture of violent and manipulative behavior. According to her, Diddy's actions went beyond the boundaries of a dysfunctional relationship. They were monstrous. Accounts of him breaking down doors, chasing her through the house in a fit of rage, and inflicting physical harm have left the courtroom in stunned silence. These aren't the actions of a mere domestic battery case. They speak of calculated cruelty and a complete disregard for human dignity. What's even more disturbing is the revelation that Diddy, in his pursuit of dominance and control, may have had a pattern of targeting vulnerable women, manipulating them into situations that veered into the realm of abuse. But the most chilling question remains: what happens when fame, power, and violence converge behind closed doors? The world is about to find out. At the heart of the storm surrounding Sean Diddy Combs lies a tangled web of money, power, and manipulation, forces that have shaped both his public persona and private life. As the world's highest-earning mogul, Diddy has built an empire rooted in opulence, fame, and unyielding control. But beneath the glamorous facade of his multi-million-dollar empire, there's a darker reality, one that reveals how he's leveraged his wealth to manipulate those around him, including the women in his life. Diddy's obsession with power is no secret. For years, he has surrounded himself with some of the world's most influential and powerful people, including NBA legends like Shaquille O'Neal and Michael Jordan. But what's been even more disturbing is the unsettling fixation he appears to have with their physical attributes, particularly the notion of dominance and size. According to reports and testimonies, Diddy's fetishization of powerful men may have influenced his abusive behavior. The story goes that he sought out entertainers and celebrities, not just for their fame, but for their physical dominance, a bizarre need to feel empowered by their stature. This quest for control doesn't stop with his personal obsessions, it extends to the women he keeps in his orbit. Jane Doe's testimony reveals that Diddy, with his vast wealth, would use his financial power as a tool for manipulation. Whether it was paying rent, offering lavish gifts, or offering women security in exchange for their submission, Diddy's ability to sway the hearts and minds of those around him speaks to a pattern of psychological and emotional manipulation. Behind the closed doors of his penthouses and hotel suites, the line between desire, power, and abuse seems to blur. And as the trial continues, the disturbing question remains: just how far will a man go to control those he's entangled in his empire of fame and fortune? As the trial unfolds, the one group caught in the crossfire of this high-profile scandal is none other than Sean Diddy Combs' own family. His children, who once stood proudly by his side, are now witnessing their father's fall from grace in a way no child should have to. The courtroom, once a place of legal proceedings, has now become a stage where the truth is laid bare, and for Diddy's family, the implications of the trial are impossible to ignore. The presence of Diddy's children in the courtroom has been nothing short of striking. While they've sat in silence, their stoic expressions mask the emotional chaos swirling just beneath the surface. We've seen them, from time to time, exchanging furtive glances, passing notes, perhaps even seeking comfort from one another amidst the crushing weight of the allegations against their father. Their faces, so often seen in the glow of celebrity, are now contorted by a very different reality. The life they once knew is disintegrating before their eyes. But perhaps the most heartbreaking element is the deep internal conflict they must be facing. The public is quick to question whether they are supporting their father out of love or out of the fear of losing the financial security that has been their birthright. With the family's wealth now in jeopardy, as federal forfeiture looms large, it's hard not to wonder if the loyalty on display is as much about preserving a lifestyle as it is about familial devotion. As the evidence continues to mount, the family dynamic shifts before our very eyes. The children, some of whom have been shielded from Diddy's darkest behaviors, are now being forced to confront the man behind the celebrity. How long can they sit silently while the brutal truth unfolds? Will they continue to stand by their father, or will the dam of silence finally break under the weight of his actions? The emotional toll on Diddy's family is only beginning to reveal itself, and it's a tragedy unfolding in real time. The heart of this trial lies in the harrowing testimony of Jane Doe, a woman whose courage to speak out has brought the darkest corners of Sean Diddy Combs' private life into the unforgiving spotlight. Her account is not just a recollection of past events, it's a chilling revelation that shatters any illusion of the glamorous, untouchable mogul. Jane's testimony is nothing short of gut-wrenching. She paints a picture of a relationship built on manipulation, control, and violence. The disturbing details she's provided about Diddy's behavior have left the courtroom in stunned silence. Accounts of physical abuse, including Diddy breaking down doors to chase her through the house, reflect the terrifying reality she lived with. It wasn't just the violence that marked her experience. It was the constant fear, the emotional torment, and the overwhelming power imbalance that Diddy wielded with terrifying precision. Perhaps most shocking is the contrast between the public figure and the private monster. Diddy's apology video, which many saw as an attempt to repair his image, now feels like a hollow, calculated performance. His attempt at remorse was a far cry from the man Jane describes. A man who, after recording a public apology, allegedly continued his abusive behavior with an almost casual disregard for his own actions. As Jane continues to testify, she not only exposes Diddy's actions, but also lays bare the terrifying reality many women face when trapped in relationships of power and control. Her voice is one of bravery, and with every word, the truth inches closer to the surface. The man behind the celebrity persona is finally being revealed for who he truly is. As the trial of Sean Diddy Combs continues, the eyes of the world remain fixed on every shocking revelation, and the media's coverage has only intensified the firestorm surrounding the mogul. What was once a high-profile celebrity scandal has evolved into a relentless examination of power, abuse, and the fragility of public image. Outside the courtroom, the media's role has become pivotal, shaping public opinion and amplifying the tension that pulses through the case. Diddy's every move, every word, is now scrutinized through an unforgiving lens. His apology video, widely seen as an attempt at damage control, has become one of the most talked about moments in the trial. Yet, the public's reaction to it has been anything but sympathetic. To many, the video was nothing more than a hollow performance, a desperate bid to reclaim some shred of his tarnished reputation. The irony, of course, is that this video, meant to cast Diddy in a more human light, has only further fueled the narrative of a man trying to cover up a trail of violence and manipulation. Social media erupted, with critics calling out the disconnect between his public apology and the allegations of abuse that continue to surface in court. And it's not just the apology video that's under the microscope. The trial itself has turned into a media circus, with every detail of Diddy's life being laid bare for public consumption. The press coverage, from entertainment blogs to high-profile talk shows, has dissected his every action, whether it's his courtroom behavior or his connections to famous athletes. The relentless media presence has forced Diddy into a position he's never been in before, under the harsh spotlight of the truth, where his carefully constructed image begins to unravel. The question now is whether the public will continue to rally behind a man they once revered, or if the truth will prove to be too damaging for him to recover from. The trial may be far from over, but the damage to his reputation could already be irreversible. The courtroom drama surrounding Sean Diddy Combs has reached a boiling point as the legal battle escalates with each passing day. With every piece of evidence presented and every witness called to the stand, the tension grows, leaving everyone on edge. Diddy's defense team has fought tooth and nail to discredit the allegations, yet the prosecution has been relentless in their pursuit of justice, pushing forward with a strategy designed to expose the truth. Diddy's legal team has tried to maintain a calm, calculated demeanor, but cracks are beginning to show. Their attempts to undermine the credibility of key witnesses have only highlighted the desperation of their defense. Cross-examinations, meant to poke holes in the testimony, have often backfired, leading to uncomfortable moments where the defense's own tactics seem to do more harm than good. Their efforts to paint the accusers as unreliable or motivated by financial gain have been met with sharp counter-arguments, leaving them struggling to keep control of the narrative. Meanwhile, the prosecution has methodically built their case, showing no signs of relenting. The presentation of graphic evidence, from disturbing photos to heart-wrenching testimonies, has rattled both the jury and the public. The pressure on Diddy is mounting, with every new revelation adding weight to the already heavy burden he faces. His every gesture, his every expression is now being analyzed under the microscope of the court and the media. As the trial continues, the stakes have never been higher. The legal fight is far from over, but the courtroom drama is already reaching its peak, and it's clear. The outcome could reshape Diddy's future in ways no one saw coming. As the trial of Sean Diddy Combs unfolds, one thing has become painfully clear. The truth behind the mogul's empire is darker than anyone could have imagined. Each day brings more shocking revelations, unraveling a man once seen as invincible, now fighting for his freedom and his legacy. The weight of the allegations, violent abuse, manipulation, and exploitation leaves us questioning the true cost of fame and power. Can a celebrity's empire survive such devastating truths? Will Diddy's carefully crafted persona ever recover, or has this trial marked the end of an era? As we reflect on what has been revealed in the courtroom, one thing is certain: the world of entertainment will never look the same again. The repercussions of this trial extend far beyond Diddy's future. They challenge the very notion of celebrity itself. What do you think the future holds for Diddy? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this ongoing case.